Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've been holding this information from everyone for about a week now. We have the man, the legend, Gary Ryan from the Fed League Flash. Welcome, Gary, to Some Fed Talk. How you doing today, kind sir?
Awesome. Thank you guys for having me on. This is awesome. This is awesome. I'm glad that all three of you guys are here.
Oh, heck yeah. We couldn't miss this.
We could have missed it.
I even postponed some dinner plans to get some of this wonderful conversation going.
Ah.
And you got Justin Sicker and a dog grinning through it. Well, three of us are here. I mean, this is interesting. This is interesting.
So, of course, we really haven't popped out and really said it flat out, but congratulations to the Binghamton Black Bears, of course. Three-peat champs. One hell of a program they put on out there. Can't boo them at this point, ladies and gentlemen. They proved it. They proved it with the play on the ice.
Yeah,
you were. I was just saying you were in attendance for that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I unfortunately missed some segments of the first period, but yeah. No, the whole thing was good, and actually, I enjoyed being able to be down on the ice and shoot some video and video segments, get some pictures of the celebration. So that was pretty cool. So that was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it. I know seen quite a few pics that he did post. I know I've seen a few from Bobby Howard as well. He did. It just looked like an awesome time. I mean, I couldn't imagine the feeling going three-peat there. It had to have been a very special time in that locker room as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And the one cool thing that I really enjoyed, there were eight people that have been with each of the three championship teams. So that group took a picture together as well, and they called themselves the Three-Peaters. But but yeah, I mean, and that's pretty incredible. Just that you had a core of 8 guys sticking around this long. Actually, a couple of the guys have been in Binghamton for like 5 years. So it's still falling a little short of Fetz and Graham's records, though, as far as how long they've been there.
Yeah, there's some staples of the community there in Port Huron. Same with Johnny there. Yeah. The longevity, when you see them players like that, the locker room presence is just a phenomenal thing that that they can carry there.
Yeah.
Especially helping out them younger players, getting them a little bit used to it, and it makes it a special thing.
Absolutely. So it's always good to have your fan faves and guys who are not just playing the game on the ice, but that they are intertwined with the community.
Yeah. That's one good thing that I've always noticed about the Fed, man. The community involvement is just an amazing thing. All the little things that I'll read to school kids, go out to schools, play ball hockey with them, just out there doing whatever they can to get involved with the community.
Absolutely.
So obviously we've got this huge expansion coming this year, Gary. What do you think the divisions are going to look like this year? How are we going to separate this stuff?
I took a guess, an educated guess on the last Fed Flash Face-Off video I did earlier this week. And from the information that I got, it looks like California is going to be their own division. There's going to be one more team announced by the end of the month. So you got those 4 out there. And we lost 3 teams down south. So obviously you got to push some of the teams from the north down. But what was it? I'm trying to remember, because I don't have notes on this here. I figured in the north, or the Empire, or whatever they're going to call it. You've got Watertown, Danbury, Binghamton, Port Huron, Motor City, Indiana, and Minnesota. So that would be 7 there, and then so that would make the South would be, let's see, Blue Ridge would go back to the South, I think, and then Twin City, PD. I'm trying to do this, a map in my head. Columbus, and then Monroe. You're probably going to put Topeka down there along with Mid South. So the Mid South Monarchs.
Yeah.
Uh,
That one threw me for a loop. The Monarchs.
I was a little shocked. I thought they were going to go with the Kingsmen, but yeah, there you go.
Yeah, well, that's where we can always guess and what we would think would be the greatest, but the owners and the people in hand always have something to surprise us.
Absolutely. Yeah. So
I got thinking maybe it should be like, at the end of it all, you're gonna have. We all know they're pushing for 30 teams, so I think okay, you get 20 now, you can have divisions of 4 or 5, 4 divisions of 5 that separate everyone. I think that would be a pretty good mix, but I don't wear a suit and I'm not a commissioner, so I don't know.
Yeah. Like I said, I just took a guess. It's like, okay, well, this makes sense to me. Not that matters anything, because there's a lot of things lately that hasn't made much sense.
Yeah, the out west move, as we both covered before, man. It's going to be a scary one. There has to be coming from league help to get these teams out there, because I mean, you look like how you said before, Watertown. How are they were struggling financially? They just got new ownership in. How are they going to be able to make that trek from the east all the way to the west?
Yeah, exactly. Indiana, that's the same thing. Now, what I was told, if you can believe this, and I'm not sure I do or not at this point, is that there was going to be a subsidy put in place. And what they were going to do is they were going to try and figure out the average cost for a road trip for, just using the Prowlers, for example. Because obviously a trip to Topeka is going to be more expensive than a trip to Indiana. So you average it out, and then they'll take that average and say, okay, well, you pay that part, and then whatever else it costs to come out to California, we'll pay that part. Which, I mean, that sounds like a real nice olive branch and everything like that, but at the same time, that's a drain on the California teams. Granted, there's a lot of money out there, but still, if you're spending $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 every week to bring whoever out west, and that's going to be a tremendous drain on their budgets.
Oh, for sure.
I don't know how realistic it is.
Yeah, to me, that's where it's like, I'm all for expansion. Great. Yes, they got a large market out there. Their ticket prices are gonna be through the roof. It's gonna be a lot higher than the Fed League norm. But so how are you gonna sit there and spend? You're gonna spend all that money that gets you into the black for that year, because they should be able to recoup everything they put in. That with that market out there and it being Fed League hockey, that people are gonna flock in. Look at Fresno. Fresno's excited as hell. You're looking at
Stockton's another team that's excited.
Stockton, they're all geeked up out there like crazy. I'm seeing a lot of interest, but how are you going to want to cut your profits that hard immediately?
Yeah, exactly. What was it? Somebody sent me a message, and it's like, well, I was looking at the ticket prices, and it's like ECHL prices. So it kind of figured that was going to happen anyway, but. I don't know. This whole California thing, how I feel is if they had announced it for, this is what we want to do for not this upcoming season, but the following season, maybe I could get on board with it. Because I feel like, all right, you're giving the whole league time to acclimate and formulate a plan, work out the finances. And this just feels so thrown together. It really does.
And throwing together plans usually don't work that well. I mean, I've done it in my
Yeah.
personal life, and that usually hurts the bank.
Yeah. Yeah. Footnote: see Danville Dashers.
Yeah. They're coming back, and they're gone just as quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Well,
I
it's like
hate to see
motor.
that happen to a team.
It's like Minnesota. Oh, we got a new ownership, and they go dormant. Oh, we got a new ownership. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What's going on here?
Yeah, that's been interesting, really interesting, and frustrating for me personally. I did reach out to the GM out there and sent him a couple emails. I haven't heard anything back. So
I know
Yeah.
initially when we had first started this whole gig, when Northern Lights announced, we had tried to get the original owners on, set up the day, the whole 9 yards, and then all of a sudden it came to that time. We waited for an hour and never heard from them again.
Yeah.
and now nobody knows where he is.
Yeah. The mysterious
Oh, boy.
Northern Lights. You can only see them from a few places.
Realistically, yes.
Oh boy.
Oh boy, is right. Like I was
Andy?
reading something like that. Forenza already has their season tickets available, and it's like anywhere from I'm gonna say $300 to almost $1,000 for
Yeah.
certain spots in the arena. Like you want
Yeah.
glass, like almost $1,000. It's like, really?
Yeah. What was I think the average this last year, I think Athens was the most expensive, and I think they averaged out to about $26 a seat, if I remember correctly when I checked it out. So I mean that's up there a little bit. I mean,
Sure.
I don't know. I haven't been out to Port Huron, so I don't know what you guys pay for your season tickets, but like in Binghamton, season tickets are anywhere in between about $420 and like I think it's $610 or $620. So I mean, it's not really that bad.
No.
Yeah, I think we're roughly right around that 425, 430 range, something like that.
We just went up, Andy.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we just went up to like I think the highest one is 485. So you're looking at almost 500.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but they're
I
giving you
lost him there for a bit.
they're giving you like founders renewal until May 31st, and that's $450 until September 1st opening night is $490. So $40 difference.
That's reasonable.
Yeah, it's not bad to catch some good quality hockey. You can't go to a Red Wings game and get the experience that we can get at McMorran.
No, and you know, especially with all the upgrades that Ken made this last year. I mean, you guys have a first class situation there. That's awesome. So I mean, even just watching on YouTube, I can see everything going on. You guys are fired up even before the puck drops.
Oh,
yeah.
for sure. I mean, the money he dumped into that, get the projection, obviously the real style goal harm, that was a big up. And the more fan experience behind it's tremendous. I've been with watching the Prowlers since the inaugural year. I was there for when they won the cup, and even the fan involvement now, just hearing the arena, even when we won the cup, it wasn't that loud. So seeing it how it is now, it's just been tremendous. My hat's always off to Ken on that. He's brought something so unique to our arena. It blows my mind.
Oh yeah. Yeah, between that and all the upgrades that were made with the stream, with the broadcast, I mean it's top notch. So the one time I was talking to Will when Port Huron came to Binghamton, and I said, you guys have made Doc Emmerich proud. With all the stuff you're doing, it's fantastic.
That's for sure. I know they sit in that Doc Emmerich broadcast booth, and Will's done it very, very well.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, Will's great. I love the job he does, man.
A tremendous. I mean, even down to the pronunciation of names, I'm like, man, my hat's off to you. I can't even pronounce half these names, especially Blue Ridge.
Oh my goodness. That's like I don't know. Yeah, you need your own European dictionary for Blue Ridge.
Oh, for sure. They bring a crazy style of hockey, and it's good. Especially even the fan involvement down there. They had a very large group that came to McMorran, and it's cool to see these fans traveling for the Fed like that.
Yeah. Blue Ridge's been great. It's like there's another small market team that I'm worried about because of this whole California crap. I'll say that. But I mean, just to think that it's markets like Port Huron and Watertown, and even though Blue Ridge hasn't been around that long, just that kind of environment that they have there. I mean, that's been the cornerstone of the Fed since it's been around, and now we're just looking to completely flip the script. It's a bit worrisome.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
We're all good.
Actually, give me a call there. That's my apologies.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last thing.
Somebody was trying to call me. I had to kick that off there so it didn't interfere with the stream, but it did interfere with the stream anyway. Gotta love
That's what I heard about. What the heck? Well, other than that, what else, Gary, you got up your sleeve? You got any other?
Come on, Gary. You got something up your sleeve, buddy.
Well, I tell you what. The one thing I made notes on because I thought this is the thing that worries me the most right now as we're going to the league meetings. Is I'm wondering, what are they going to do about this expansion draft and how are they going to do it? Because if they do it the way they have in the past, the nine remaining teams from this past year are just going to get completely decimated. And I mean, well, if you protect 12 of your players, like Port Huron, I went through the Port Huron roster, and I'm looking at things. It's like, okay, you guys got 26 on your roster, some were out on injured reserve and whatnot. You protect 12, and then the one change that is being made this year is you can also protect 3 of your college or junior rookies that came in, like Grayson Dietrich and Ryan Alexander, John Larkin, players like that. So you protect 15, but that still leaves you with like 12 players, I think. Well, I got to count here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Well, I got 14 that are unprotected. And then if you have 7 teams that are picking in the expansion draft, you got 7 teams times 12 because they picked 12. That equals 84 picks. 84 picks from 9 teams. You're talking about you're losing 9 guys. And it's like, that's ridiculous. It's like 14 and you're going to lose all but 5 of them. That's just insane. And then some other teams, they didn't even sign, the full complement of college players like you guys did. And you guys got the five college signees. So at least you were able to build a little depth with that, but still, I can't see how that's going to really work where, okay, you guys got your 12 and then maybe 5 left over. I mean, what a nightmare for Matt and Alex trying to figure out where are we going to find players now? Where do we recruit from? Who do we call? Because now it's just made their job so much harder.
Oh, for sure. And that's the hard thing too. And even if let's say we don't protect I'll use Bobby Price. for an example. Obviously, we will, but travel
Yeah.
costs. Some players got to get themselves out there.
Yeah.
How is that going to work to them guys? It's scary. Like how many
Yeah.
players are going to say, "Well, I'm not going, I'm not reporting," and then they're gone for the year.
Exactly. Well, and that happens every year. Even if we only have, 2 teams that are picking, we always have people that are like, I can't go to Topeka. I can't go to Indiana. It doesn't work. It's for my family situation, for me financially, or I've got a job at home. I can't go out there. So even if they wanted to, it's like this isn't going to work for me. And it always happens every single year, and the league still hasn't figured out how to work through that. And now we're going to have 7 teams picking.
Good
Yeah.
luck.
It's incredible.
There definitely
Yeah.
needs some luck with that one. Because I mean, at that point, you're gonna have to. The league's gonna have to step in, either A, financially help these guys get out there, or B, look at, okay, this guy can't go, so you got to relinquish that pick somebody else.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and then you've got the jock tax. I mean, if I were playing, I would not want to have whatever percentage taken out of my paycheck every week to play out in California. So I don't want to go out there. I'd rather stay back east and play where I'm playing. But that's something that is going to discourage a lot of players from going out there.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, they make very little as it is for what they do. They put their bodies on the line every day, and then you're gonna take away a third or fourth of it. Just an attack.
Yeah,
Along with,
I think the average is like 10%, but I mean 10% is 10%.
You get paid
10%
400.
are gonna eat this week.
You get paid $500. You're gonna lose what? You're only your tax is gonna be what, $400 take home? I
Yeah.
don't know what the percentage is, but that's $400. I mean, ooh.
Yeah. For the teams that stick with the cap, and we won't go there, but seriously, the maximum on the books is $400 for a player. Yeah, so your top players are getting 400, and now, 40 is already gone, and you still got to pay for your bills, and probably you have to cover something towards your equipment. I know different teams have a different arrangement with the players, but you got bills to pay, and I don't I don't get it. It just seems awfully punitive.
Oh, I agree. It's gonna be a difficult one.
Yeah.
I don't mind the expand. I don't mind going out to California. It gives the California people out there a taste of what Fed hockey is. But
Yeah.
I hate to be the guy that has to figure out, okay, we got to give each team X dollars so they can either get out to California for food, motels, because everything's out there. Either double or triple what we pay here. So it's like, okay, we got to give them X dollars, pay for X rooms. And it's like, I hate to be the guy that has to write that check to every single team and say, yep, here's your money. Yep, here's your money. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's awfully worrisome that guy that's signing checks for at least 2 teams now is Don Kiernan. And I don't want to sound like I'm putting him under a microscope with a sunbeam coming through so it's burning him. I don't want to sound like that, but Don doesn't exactly have a good track record when it comes to him being in charge of a team. Watertown has struggled with the exception of like the 1 year Andreas Johansson owned them, and he brought in players and paid the players They won a championship. But you have that. You have some of the teams from the the first few years, like Williamsport. He moves the New Jersey Outlaws to Williamsport, spends $200,000 to build the rink and the cooling system and all that, and doesn't pay the city back, because actually the city fronted him the money. He never paid it back. To this day, he still owes the city of Williamsport $255,000. And this is 13 years ago. And that worries me. It's like, okay, this is the person who's going to be signing the checks for Stockton and Fresno. That worries me.
Mhm.
Oh, sure. That'll put a black eye on the Fed if it's not done properly. And
Yeah.
I mean, I guess at that point, when it's the commissioner of the Fed doing it, how does that really make us look? That's just an all around bad look. Who's going to want to deal with that if that's the head?
Yeah. I mean, so far, I've seen just on all the socials, all over the place, whatever the pages, I've seen, 85% of the reaction is, what the hell are you doing? The 15% are the people out in California. Yay, we got hockey.
Yeah.
So, which, I mean, I'm glad for them. I'm glad that they have a team to call their own now, but at what expense?
Yeah.
Yep.
And a very bad look for our league by chance. They
So-
could be
So my
Yeah.
question, Gary,
Yeah,
and I'm sure
that concerns me. It really does. I started to make a little bit of noise the last couple of weeks about this. When I was at the game, the championship game in Binghamton, I heard about it directly from a couple of people in the league. So they made it very clear that they were not thrilled with the approach that I've taken to this, and all I can do is shrug my shoulders and say, well, what do you want me to say? Well, I know what you want me to say, but really, you expect me to say that?
There's no way. That's one thing. Like how where we're at, we're cut and dry. We're at a little bit edgier product, but at the end of the day, this shit looks like a pipe dream.
Yeah.
And no disrespect. I like I say, growth is amazing for something like this. But you got so many states where you can still hop on a damn bus and get to the arena.
Yeah. But exactly. So, I go back to, why don't you guys just announce that this is coming and just hold it off for a year and give everyone a chance to figure out how this is going to work, get a whole bunch of people together, look for solutions, look for practical plans. And, that I'm sure it can work, but, to say, hey, 5 months from now, we're ready to go. Are you?
Is it rushed, or is it because somebody has their own money in the kitten trying to get it back real quick?
Yeah.
Patience
Exactly.
is a virtue. That's one thing I've learned in my age. Patience is a damn virtue.
what happens?
Exactly.
What happens?
I mean, even the process of Port Huron. I mean, you guys, if you want to really be technical, you guys were the transplanted Dayton Demons. But that's still, I mean, it was almost a full year that the whole process of moving to Port Huron took place. Everyone knew, okay, we're not going to be able to play in Dayton next year because there's problems with the arena and the management and all that. So they started working on a solution, but they took like 9, 10, 11 months before, okay, we're going to Port Huron. And it's like, that's the way that this should be done.
We had that off-site game there. I was there for that with my son. and dude, it showed that there's a market there, and it took hold. Obviously, like
Yeah.
we all know, there's been higher league teams out there, but it's still the Fed. The financials.
I'm gonna let Justin wants to chime in real quick. Justin, what you gotta say?
I just want to know if you're flying out to California, airports lose your jerseys. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
If the airport loses your jerseys or sticks, what are you going to do?
You
Did
pretty
you hear
much.
that, Gary?
Did you hear what he said, Gary?
No, I'm sorry. For some reason, he's not coming through.
All right.
He said, "What happens if airports loses your jerseys or sticks or whatever? What are you gonna do?"
And that's, I mean, you take that risk even just taking a bus trip. I mean, God forbid, you get in an accident on the way. It's something like that happens. But yeah, we all know how wonderful our airline system is here in the United States. The risk of that is a lot higher going through the air. Or even if you did something like Amtrak, work out a deal with Amtrak and do that, well, there's still no guarantee. There's still going to be risk, and I don't know. I mean, to me, just from a time standpoint, I would think flying is the way you're going to have to go, because Amtrak. Well, it's still going to take like 2 full days. If you guys are playing Stockton next Friday, they're probably boarding the train Wednesday morning and from Detroit and getting out there. But yeah, so you gotta still ferry the team down to Detroit, get on the rail and go out there, or fly out from Detroit. There's just too many things that can go wrong.
See, that's one good thing on the Amtrak thing. If we did decide to go the rail route, we do actually have an Amtrak station in Port Huron, so that might sort of work. But again, the travel, the equipment, it's gonna be a logistical nightmare.
Yeah, it is. It is, and even in the scenario that the team owners at the meetings next week say, we're not traveling out there. It's not worth our while. And then you have the 4 California teams play each other all year. Well, then now you got the playoffs. Somebody's still going to have to go out there. California is going to have to come east. It's you can't avoid it. Maybe you can minimize it a little bit, but eventually it's going to happen.
And that's the thing. It's like, okay, if you're an owner, you got 14 of them. I'm counting the three or four from California, but you got 14 owners, 13 minus Athens, going into this meeting next week or this week or whatever. What are they going to say? I know if I was an owner, I'd be like, okay, you want us to go out to California? Cool, fine. We can go out to California. We can play a game out there. But I'm not paying for it. You guys are.
Yeah.
You guys
What's
are right.
Funny is now this is secondhand knowledge. I was not actually witness of it, but I was told I was told of this by several firsthand witnesses. When PD was in Binghamton, played a couple of games. Don Kiernan wanted to have a powwow with the PD leadership. And for some reason, he decided the best place to do that was right out in the lobby of the Holiday Inn. And from what I am told, the meeting, such as it was, lasted about an hour and a half. Fans are walking by, they've got their cameras, getting little bits and pieces. And the PD ownership was very displeased with how this has happened, how this got announced, when it got announced. And they made it very clear to Kiernan, we're not on board with this. So I'm sure that conversation is going to carry over into the into the meetings. But I just found it kind of odd that it's like, if you're going to try and get people on board, why don't you find a nice, quiet, private spot to have this conversation, not in the lobby of the Holiday Inn?
You know, I mean, most
so-
hotels got a conference room. You could be a little bit like a businessman, like you're claiming.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So right there, anyway, that whole thing went down. That's not a good look for the league. I've been pleading with a couple of fans. It's like, if you got some clips, please send them to me, because I want to hear, even if it's just a couple of sentences, I want to hear what was said. But I like I said, I do know, PD's not on board. I know there are a lot of other owners that are just, no, the way you're presenting this and planning it, we're not on board with this. I don't know if I wouldn't be surprised if when the meetings come, they just go, Don, you want to have these California teams, that's fine, but you're going to do it as a different league, because we're not going to support this. I mean, I don't know. That's only my guess, as far as a possibility, but it's a mess. It really is.
Like
No.
we had talking earlier, like the only way logically, we all know this isn't logical and this isn't thought through completely. But the only way I could see this happening is what they do with the NHL and the AHL. 4 divisions.
Yeah.
Midwest, Northeast, the South, and you got California. And every team, I mean, you're going to have to go out to California. Okay, fine. We can eat 1 or 2 games out there. Fine, whatever.
Yeah.
But that's the only way logically this is going to work. 4 different divisions or 3 different divisions, however the ownership decides, that's how it's going to work. But eventually what's going to happen is, say California teams make it to the playoffs and bingo's there. You're going to have to play each other or have a neutral site somewhere in the middle, like they do for college football or NFL. Neutral site, here's your game, and we will just switch flop home colors, away colors.
Yeah. And the neutral site game, that scenario, I mean, logistically that's a good possibility, but you also take the risk at, let's just say, just to make things up, you're going to have playoff game, Stockton versus Port Huron. It's going to be played in Topeka. Well, how many people in Topeka are going to go see the Prowlers and Stockton? It's like we're not watching the Scarecrows here. We're going to pay full price for a seat to watch 2 teams that we may or may not be interested in.
Mm-hmm.
I don't. It's a risk. It's a risk. I mean, logistically, I can see where, well, it saves some costs, but how many people are you going to get putting their butts in the seats?
And along with, too, what does that say to their home fans? Not every home fan has that money to take off and, let's say, go to Topeka, like I was saying. Even from Stockton over to Topeka, you're going to lose that. There's an edge. You play in an away building, the home team always got the edge. When you go to them neutral site games, unless you got diehard fans going with you, it's an even kill, which it really does come down to then at the point of skill versus skill. But at the same time, skill don't make money. Skill don't.
Well, exactly. I mean, let's make it a kind of a more realistic scenario. Let's say we're going to have a neutral site in Port Huron, neutral site game there. It's going to be Binghamton versus Mid-South. How many people are you really going to get in McMorran for those 2 teams? It's tough. You know,
Yeah.
I'm sure you're gonna get some, you know.
Yeah.
But
You'll get the hockey fans at that point, or the ones that love to hate on bingo.
well, that's just it. Yeah, you could get the contingency as like we're here to root against the Black Bears.
That's a contingency throughout the league, I think, unfortunately. But
yeah. Very true. You know, I get it. You know, the evil empire type of thing. You know, I get it. I get it.
yeah, I mean, they're a good team. Like I say, I hate them. I hate them every time we play them. But after, you just got to tip your hat like shit.
Yeah, very true. And you know, I don't get into the trash talking part of it just because I've been a fan of some really bad teams. So I remember very well how it felt to only win 10 or 11 games in a year. So yeah, I've eaten my slice of humble pie in the past. I'm not, you know, I'm not one that's going to go, yeah, see, we did it to you guys.
Yeah,
That's just not me.
I mean, I'll do it in person, yelling from the stands. But boy, have we been humbled there in Port Huron. You know the game. Needless to say, we don't like that "start the bus" chant too much anymore.
Yeah, I think there's a few Binghamton fans that are still going on about that. They'll milk it for as long as they can.
I think this is going to be a cluster, a plain and day cluster. The teams that have to go out west need to get a check or commute. The ownership need to get with airlines and say, hey, we got a professional team that needs to go out to California. What we need to do, get the sponsorship going, or Spirit Airlines just closed. Well, we'll give everyone a jet. But
them moves are amazing.
At the end of the
Spirit
day,
airline jokes.
I gotta slip it in. At the end of the day, it's going to be really, as a fan, it's going to be really unique seeing a California team coming into McMorran or a California team going to bingo, and you itch your head. It's like, really, that's nuts. Who would have thought in our day, our lifetime, we would see a California team in the Fed?
It's crazy. And yeah, I should come out and say it because I haven't yet. I think single A hockey in California, that concept by itself is good. I think that for California, this is gonna be great. The only worry I have is how much of a drag is this going to be on, especially the small market teams in the Fed. Larger, the bigger teams, the Columbuses and the Monroes, they can probably handle it. But I'm just worried that we're just gonna end up plowing under a whole bunch of other teams, just like what's happened in the past.
Yeah. That's a worry that's on everyone's mind. Or does these little teams go into this meeting and say, hey, you want us to go on to Stockton? We want some money. We want some money to go out there so we can play our guys and go out there and give California what Indiana hockey is. Or go out there and give them what Columbus, Georgia hockey is like. Or it's like, okay, but now you have to flip the coin and say, okay, well, we really want Stockton and Port Huron, so Stockton can hear you, jackass, berating everybody with that. You gotta, as an owner, you gotta wrap your head around. Okay, I gotta write everyone a check and just be done with it.
Yeah. Like we talked before earlier there, the ownership and the commissioner, well, wait, it's the same guy for two of them. They got some creative thinking to do very soon here because they're going to be He's gonna be blindsided at this meeting with the negativity. And can he
Yeah.
handle it?
Yeah.
Or is he just
Yeah.
gonna tell everybody too bad?
The one good thing that Kiernan has going for him with this whole project is that he's working with Scott Brand, and Scott has, he's done some absolutely amazing things in the Fed, and in the mill and whatnot. So he's experienced the best and he's experienced the worst. He knows a lot of the pitfalls, so at least he can kind of help Don navigate through some of those. I hope he has some good advice and good direction, and that everyone else involved says, "Okay, yeah, that sounds good."
Well, now here's something too. I have the screenshot somewhere. I think Justin sent it to us. There is a comment that he had made on some negativity about this. And he says, well, in 2 years, I want 8 teams. We're going to separate, and I'm going to be the commissioner of that league. So why are we going to risk the Fed's reputation and the Fed's branding for him just to give us the bird in 2-3 years? And now I'm okay. I got what I needed. Don't get me wrong. Scott's great. He's a hockey genius. He's seen the downs and the ups, like you said. But why are we allowing this if this is what it's going to turn into?
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that comment, and I scratched my head a little bit. I thought, too soon. When he made the comment, is
way too soon.
So I don't know. I kind of feel like sometimes you see a whole bunch of kids being let out of a daycare center, and they're all hooked together with the leash. And there's the one person at the front kind of pulling everybody along. I kind of feel like that's what we're experiencing right now.
100%.
I don't have a problem of an owner like Ken Andrews owning 2 teams or Andreas owning 2 teams. I don't have a problem with that. Cool. Awesome. Do that. It helps. What I have a problem with is the commissioner being affiliated with 2 teams. I know. I disagree. I hate that. Plain as day. Because now it looks like, well, wait a minute here. You're in bed with this team. Well, why?
And you can also say that it doesn't have to be just Don Kiernan. I mean, what if Paul Jean owned a team or Dave Jackson owned a team? It just ends up smelling and looking fishy.
I agree. And that shit shouldn't happen. I'm sorry. Don't make it look like a beer league. We're supposed to be a stepping stone to get to the higher levels, but you're making a step backwards.
What happens?
At least we can give Joe Pace some footage to use for his page.
Justin has a question.
Well, if Gary can hear me, I hope Gary can hear me.
Gary, can you hear Justin?
Go ahead, Justin.
Anyways, if he can't hear me, what happens if his team wins the Commissioner's Cup? Now you have eyes looking on you like it's rigged or something?
Justin's question, Gary, was if said Stockton team wins the cup, now you're in. It looks fishy. You just rigged it. That's his question.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Justin, I'm sorry I can't hear you. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, it's I mean, and you can imagine it's like what if Gary Bettman, secretly owned the Vegas Golden Knights, that you can imagine the outcry that there would be from everyone. Just we knew something was going on in Vegas anyway, but now Gary Bettman's involved.
No way, not the gambling capital of the world.
No, that would never happen.
I just hope come October we don't see the owner of the Stockton whatever. Oh, Don Kieran. Like, that's kind of salty. I don't like that. That just looks like a slap in everyone's face. Now
Yeah.
you're rigging it, and it says,
I
Yeah.
disagree with it.
You know, that's the thing is, even if everything is 100% legit and that Stockton team earned it, and they did everything right, there's still going to be a lot of people saying, really?
That's going to put an asterisk no matter
Yeah.
what. There's going to be an asterisk next to that win.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's unfortunate too. Like just how you said, if they carry themselves, they perform where they need to be, and then all of a sudden that happens, that just sucks. That's taking away from a team that earned it.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I don't know. You know, the FPHL, you know, the officials, they want me to somehow paint this as, you know, a golden opportunity and roses and unicorns, and I just can't do it. I just can't.
and that's where and I'm gonna say it, and I think all four of us can agree on this. Like, paint a better picture for us. Paint a better picture for us that we can swallow this and say, this isn't a crack of shit. This is pretty cool. Okay, yeah, we're going to California, but you're painting us a picture that it leaves a bad taste in everyone's mouth. Now, if the picture was done by Bob Ross, we could agree, like, hey, you know what? We're going to California. We're going to have an awesome time out there. Now, no.
At the end of it, though, I'm going to have to view it this way. It's going to be just like when he screws up. Happy little accidents.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oops, I didn't mean to go out there.
And then all I can do is beat the devil out of it.
Thank you for that tee up on that pun there, Richard. I appreciate that one. Happy little accident.
But that's what it is right now. This is like someone took paint and just threw it on a canvas and says, ta-da, $1 million, please. No.
It's art. It's art.
No, I'm not going to give you $1 million for that. Paint me something better.
We're here the same thing with a bunch of rusted metal in our parks down by the water. It's art. Oh, okay. Whatever you say. How much that costs the taxpayers?
I'm starting to have a Seinfeld flashback with the Kramer painting. It transcends time and space. I hate it. Oh my!
Oh, that's great.
Hey Gary, can you hear me now?
Oh boy. Well, I don't know what else to say about this. I
like Andy and I did a video. It's called California Dreaming. Period.
Is that on Facebook or?
It's on YouTube, but it's basically what we title it. It's like it's California Dreaming. We're dreaming of California, and it's like, is it gonna happen?
Unfortunately, it's going to. We were forced. It was forced down our throat, and now we got to deal with the repercussions coming this season. Well, let's make us look good or make us look like a bunch of jackasses. I mean, we only chant that at the players when they suck. I thought, not at our commissioner for a failed attempt. I hate to say that, but how is he going to react when C shows up in one of these arenas and he gets booed out the place for hurting the Fed?
Yeah. Yep. Definitely. Well, yeah, there was a little bit of that in Binghamton this last weekend too. Yeah. Here's the commissioner, Don Kieran. we got it. We got it.
It takes me back to watching the Netflix documentary on the Trashers. Second, their commissioner stepped in. The UHL commissioner stepped in. That poor guy got belittled.
Oh boy. Yeah. Indeed. Oh well.
Got anything else to cover, Gary? Hey, I think the long story of it is I think California is a pipe dream.
Yeah, yeah. I think so too. Unless something else can be done with some outside people. Like I said, create a separate league. Something. I mean, California is definitely a good opportunity for players that want to take it, but it just doesn't fit the Fed, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree, man. It's just nuts. God help us all.
Someone named Robert on here on the chat has a question for Gary. Question for Gary: how long does it usually take you to do a video after a weekend series game in the league?
Obviously, I am not the best spoken person. I'm not the most eloquent person. The game recap videos is just a one-time shot. I think it's usually like around 22, 23 minutes when I do those. I just go to my phone, I hit record and do my thing. And then, I choose a thumbnail and upload it. And so from the time that I hit the button on the camera to the time that it's up on YouTube is an hour at most. The long videos, I do that in segments, and then I do a lot of editing, use a lot of graphics and whatnot. So that takes quite a while, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
It brings that unique experience. Like I've watched you since you started doing this, and to see how far you came in doing that. That's what I mean. Like I can speak for all of us here. You're one of the reasons why we got into it. We watched, said, hey, let's bring that to our hometown, try to get a hometown feel on it, do some coverage of the other teams. But we know we're no Fed League Flash. You cover the whole league very well. You do a great job at it. I know you got some haters out there, but they need to.
But in all seriousness, I'm so glad you guys are doing this. I don't see any podcast as competition at all. It's great to have a few different voices available. We can all be talking about the same thing, but we can have different perspectives and present things in a fresh way. So I'm thrilled with the fact that you guys are here. We have down in PD. There's a couple podcasts there. There's one out in Topeka. There's one down in Monroe. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm trying to catch as many of these podcasts as possible, just to take it all in, because it's great to see. It's like, yes, this is kind of like what I wanted to see happen, is that more people would start paying attention, and not paying attention, that's the wrong word, to educate people on the Fed. Because for all of its faults, it has a lot of faults, but it's a great league. And I fell in love with it because I saw this is a league that's covering a niche that no other league covered. And the close relationship you have with not just the players, but the people who work for the team, the people who work in the arenas, you all become like a family. And I love it. I mean, I have enjoyed the last 4 years of doing this with the Fed more than 30 plus years watching AHL hockey. I've just had a blast with it.
Oh, 100%. That's one thing too. Like Richard, when I first came on, he said something. Here at Thumbhead Talk, we like keeping you fed with the Fed. It sounds a little cheesy, but it's true. This league needs to get his flowers. Like you said, yes, we've got some hiccups, but it's an amazing thing. It brings the fan experience that you will never get any other league. You get the players, you get that usually once a month, maybe twice a month. You get skate with the players, get autographs, have conversations. You'll see them out in the community. You'll run into them at restaurants. It's a unique experience, and everybody should know about it.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I mean, it's again, it's the most fun I've ever had at games. Just going to Binghamton, I met a lot of people before going to AHL games, but I mean, it's there's so much camaraderie now, and it's like a family reunion every time you step into the arena. And hey, Gene, how you doing? Dan, how you doing? The culture that's here in the Fed just seems to really foment that kind of an environment. So I love it.
Yeah.
We love it too. And it's like I go back to the beginning. It's like you started with what, 5 teams now? 4 or 5 teams when the Fed originated. Now look, their goal is to have 30 in 5 years. That's a milestone. That's something you could be like, wow, they expanded that much. But I'm going to say this with an asterisk attached to that. Do it smartly. Do it correctly.
Do it the right way, yeah.
Spin a wheel and
The Mississippi.
throw a dart at the dartboard and say, oh, we're going to California.
That's one topic that will not get old, is the California topic. I cannot wait to see what all of our sources bring back from these league meetings, and we get to cover a little bit more on this, to see which owners told them to go get. And I'll just leave it at that.
I feel like Montgomery Burns. Yeah, excellent. Tell me the minutes.
I mean, that's the end of the day. It's like, I think by next week or by the end of the month, we should know what the pipe dream is going to happen. Are we all going to be like, wow, that pipe dream sucked? Or it's going to be like, this section might work. Only time will tell.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Indeed.
I think on that note, here at Thumb Fed Talk, Gary, thank you for coming on. Anytime,
thank you for having
if you want to come on, just talk hockey, just shoot any of us a message. We will get you on, sir.
Absolutely. I'll be messaging you guys. You guys have already, we've texted back and forth and whatnot. And yeah. The next time Port Huron and Binghamton face off next year, we can compare notes.
Of course. It's always friendly fun.
Come to Port Huron. Find one of us. We'll buy you a beer.
I wish I could. I would love to travel more. Unfortunately, it's because of a family situation, I'm not able to. But man, I would love to be able to get into every barn.
Yeah, that's my goal. I got a 14-year-old son, and we opened the season up in Danbury this year. We went to Indy. We were going to try to go to Bingo for playoffs, but we're just going to hold that off as a trip next year. So when I make my way into Vision Veterans, I'll definitely make sure to find you, shake your hand.
Oh yeah, good. Send me a message. Let me know you're coming.
No, I will for sure.
I think that's it, folks. Thank you, Gary. Thank you again. You guys have a lovely evening.
Yes.
All I can say, I hope this comes to fruition. I mean, I could talk for hours on it, but my dinner's ready. You guys have a lovely evening.
Me too. Me too. Hey, thanks a lot, guys.